Now follow up on this video today because I'll be unveiling something about the high-low today. So follow up on this video and I have a whole lot to say. Within the next 10 minutes we could be on this video, you will learn absolutely a whole lot. So let's get on. Now, as you know, most of my systems are monetized. Doesn't mean that over here on YouTube you cannot learn something. There have been several times whereby people will come over to me on YouTube and they'll be like, I learned this. Okay, before that, let's see if we're getting a low for ID 83. So let's see if it's a low. If it's a low, then I have something to explain to you guys. So 83, let's see if we're having a low. Then I continue. All right, so it's a low right about here. I will explain something to you now shortly so you understand. So just go on with this video, watch this video. Once you are done with this 10 minutes, 9 minutes, you would understand a whole lot when it comes to this concept of high-low. So as I've always stated, I'm not a gambler in this system. I don't come on and show you how to go from 1,000 to 10,000. Rather, I teach insight and deep knowledge. So let's get on now. When it comes to this system of Bet9ja on high-low, there are 3 steps to follow to get yourself a gameplay. Now, according to what we have in this, I will explain this shortly, what is on screen, and I'll also explain to you what should be coming, because in a few minutes, we'll start seeing balance, rebalance. And balance, rebalance is when low, we see high, we see low, we see high, we see low, we see high. That means I'm expecting after this low, a high. I will refresh ID 84 soon, but I don't want this particular setup to leave the screen, so I can use it to explain something to you. Now, as I stated, in the next coming draws, 84, ID 84, ID 85, ID 86, ID 87, you should see something like high, low, low, high, low. Nothing like high, 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 or low, 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 nothing of such. I will explain the reason why. So when you come into Bet9ja now and you're going on high-low, there are 3 parameters you want to follow. The first is to come and check on the high-low statistics, 24 hours and 100 draws. What is it telling you? Currently it's telling us low. That means I want to play on lows. I will explain shortly. Once you come, it will tell you to go on high. It will tell you to go on low. One of these 2. If none of it is actually what? Evident at that point, don't play. Just leave. Walk away from high-low. Don't force anything. The system does not need you to force it. You must conform to his way or you will lose. So that is something you have to keep in mind. It must tell you if it's high. It must tell you if it's low. I'm not going to be explaining how or doing so here because, as I told you, that is monetized. Now, going over to the second now, you need to be able to read what is happening on the last 10 draws. You need to be able to read it and understand it. So, understanding and reading this is simple. It comes into what? 5 steps. Momentum, slack, balance, rebalance, and change in delivery. Now, when I talk about momentum, momentum is simply whereby an option appears what? 3 times or more in a streak. Like these 3 lows. It's momentum. Slack is when you see it followed by round 2. Low, 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 high, high. This is momentum. This is slack. Here you should be expecting something like low or high. It does not matter. Just after one dominates, another one dominates. After high dominates, low dominates. Now, following up with that, now you want to go over to the next, which is what? Balance, rebalance. Now, a balance, rebalance is in this case high wins, low wins, high wins, low wins, high win. Nobody is controlling the system at that. Everybody is coming out one after the other, one after the other. You can see a system whereby this was high, this was low, this was high, this was low, this was high, this was low, this was 10 times like that. High, low, high, low, high, low. No 2 highs, no 2 lows. Nobody dominated. In that given sense now, you have what you call balance and rebalance. Then change in delivery is what we have on screen now. 3 of an option followed by 3 of this option followed by 3 of this option. That is it. Nobody is cheating anybody. After 3 lows is 3 highs. After 3 highs is 3 lows. If you see a 4th low, the cycle of change in delivery has been broken. Then we're talking about momentum. Now, going up with that, I've explained the first step, which is to know if you are playing high or low here, which in this case, we're expecting a low. We're looking in for a low. Doesn't mean that a low must come. It only means that if we do not see the right steps towards validating and verifying a low, we don't want to play. We want to be out. Now, step 2 is to be able to read what this last 10 draws is telling you, which leads us to step 3, which is what? Now knowing when to enter, when to start staking. And in that sense now, we have to go through, there are 6 methods which I'll only be talking about 3 here. The remaining 3 is over on WhatsApp. You can come in to learn those. Now, whenever you see momentum, you expect slack. And after you see these two combo, you expect what? A what? Balance, rebalance. Now, second setup is whenever you see momentum followed by balance and rebalance, you're expecting momentum. Now, the order is when you see this, a change in delivery, 3, 3, 3, or 2, 2, 2, 2, too high, too low, too high, too low. It must happen at least 3 times for you to call it a change in delivery. 3 low, 3 high, 2 low is not a change in delivery. It must occur at least 3 times before you call it a change in delivery. Then once you see the change in delivery, you follow it with a balance, rebalance. Before you know, you see momentum. So in this case now, we have what? Change in delivery here. We have change in delivery here. Following up from ID84, if we see something like high, 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 low, low, low again, change in delivery is still continuing. If we see something like high, low, that is from ID84, high, low, high, low, high, low, that is what? Balance, rebalance. Momentum is going to come up, and that momentum following is going to be low, because as I told you, high, low currently tells me to play low. So momentum now is saying what? Go on low. This system is not hard, it's very simple. First thing, you have to learn how to read this. Number 1, you need to learn how to read this. Number 2, the only place that I can now tell you is where you can have a bit of an issue is those 6 steps I'm telling you. You don't need to memorize it. You can write it down somewhere. Whenever you want to start playing, you bring out where you wrote it. Once you bring it out, you see, okay, you read here. Okay, this is change in delivery. Following that is what? Balance, rebalance. You can spend up to 5-6 minutes analyzing for this, because after you see what is happening on first 10, you might need like 3 draws or 5 draws after them to be able to know what you are doing. And one thing I like about the system of high-low is the fact that you don't need to play more than 10 draws. 10 draws is all you need, and what? You are going to have yourself 45 to 60% income. So if your staking plan is what? One that is labeled for 20,000, within 10 draws, you are getting what? 45%, which is 9,000, to as high as what? 12,000. So get it in mind. So first of all, on ID83 we ended, we have gotten ourselves what? A change in delivery. Now let's see what happened in the next following draws. Now look at this. We stopped at 83 with our what? Change in delivery. Following that, we have another what? Change in delivery. Have you seen that the change in delivery did not end there? We still had another one, which what? Continued. So when you saw this 3 low, you had to wait out for what? Market to come in what? A balance, rebalance, which was low, high. Then after this high here, you have low. Now market still continue with another high. Then you have to wait out to confirm when the change in delivery ends. It still came up with another high. So we had what? 3 high here, 3 low here, 3 high again, 3 low, according to the previous screen we were showing. So change in delivery occurred a total of what? 4 times here. Now following up with that, we got ourselves what? A low, then we got ourselves a high. The bond has been broken. Do you get the idea? The bond has now finally been broken. Change in delivery ended here. If we had seen 3 lows now, the change in delivery is still continuing here. So after the change in delivery ended here, we got ourselves 2 low. This is not momentum. This is what? Slack. This is it here. So that means we got ourselves a change in delivery. We entered what? Into slack. And after that, we have balance, rebalance. As I told you, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 methods to trade this. There are 9 actually, but we make use of 6. So after what? Change in delivery. We ended change in delivery here. We went in for slack. 3 highs followed by 2 lows. I told you earlier in the video that this is what? Slack. So we went in for a slack right about here. Now this is balance, rebalance. Low to high, high to low, low to high. Let's see what happened at 92, 93. So 90. So we our distance ended here. So slack, balance, rebalance, balance, rebalance, and momentum. We're getting into momentum. I told you earlier on, change in delivery, balance, rebalance, and what? Momentum. So we went in for change in delivery, which ended here. We saw this slack here. Then we are going in for what? Balance, rebalance. After that, momentum. So get set for low to start what? Taking over the screen. In the next 10 draws, which is ID 92, 93 is what? The confirmation window. We are going in now for 94. So from ID 94, let's see what happened at 94. We have ourselves what? High. So at this stage now, we've gotten ourselves what? Balance, rebalance, balance, rebalance. then we have ourselves what? Not a momentum. Momentum, as I told you, is when you have up to 3. 2 lows, 1 high. If we have another high again, that means we have not actually gone into what? A new phase. We are still continuing this phase. Momentum is when you have what? 3, which we had 2 here. If we have another high, it could be a starting of a what? A change in delivery. But guess this now. Get this. You might be asking, is this what I have to go through before I get a gameplay on high-low? It's not so. I'm only trying to create an educational video for you here so that you understand it more. Let's go on now. We have ourselves a low. So just start going from ID 95. Start going low. As I told you, once you come in, you have to first of all read what is happening on the last 10. You might need 3, in this case, up to 5, 7, 10 gameplays to note. 10 minutes of your time analyzing the market and you are profitable is better than wanting not to analyze at all and you leave. So many people are always in a hurry to make money and end up losing everything. You can see as I structured and broke down this system here, and as I can tell you now, this is it here. We had our what? Change in delivery end somewhere here. We had ourselves what? A slack, balance, rebalance. Following that, another system here. Start playing from ID 95 as you have confirmed. Start playing on low. So from ID 96 to ID 105 is a total of 10 draws. Let's see how many lows we'll get by then. The lows are not going to be so consistent. We are not going to get ourselves what? Low into momentum. No, momentum comes with time. As I told you, change in delivery, balance, rebalance, then momentum. So balance, rebalance has to end before momentum comes in. We are still in a good form of balance, rebalance. This is it here. Low, high, low, high, low, low, high. Do you understand? So we are still in the phase of balance, rebalance. Before you can see low start appearing, as I told you, low is valid here. This video might stretch up to 25 minutes to 30 minutes. It's already 12 minutes. So you understand the concept. You move from here to here. So low is actually the best option for you to go on. Doesn't mean that low is going to take over the whole screen. No, it just means that for now, low is actually what? The best option. So from ID 96 now, we started on low, it lost. 97, we went on low once again. We are doing that to ID 105. So ID 05, we see if we got ourselves 6 out of 7. As I've always said, you need yourself what? 6 to 7 wins and 10 wins for you to know that yes, you perfectly executed a good entry. 6 to 7. Anything below 6 means that you did not get the perfect entry. There's nothing like a perfect entry, but you should understand what I mean. Whenever you enter, you are targeting nothing less than 6. And as I told you, 6, 7 wins out of 10 guarantees you 45 to 60%. So we are in the phase of what? Balance, rebalance here. So you can always be open to high lows, high lows, high lows. After a low, you go to a high. After a high, you go to a low. We moved out from change in delivery, which stopped below here. We are currently in balance, rebalance, which is all what you are seeing here. So if we get ourselves a high, it's not still a bad option. As I told you, we are in balance, rebalance, balance, rebalance, and so on. So let's get on now. The execution for low to start being dominant. I might make this video quite longer so that you will see it, or in the next few minutes you should see it. But for us to see like 3 highs in a row is going to be hard now because our option tells us go with low. So you do get me. You can see 2 high in a row, but 3 is a no. I believe you've been able to learn something so far. Explaining the concept of high-low is not too delicate. It's not too, if I would say, strenuous to learn. You just need to be able to practice. So we've gotten ourselves another high. That is, as I told you, you can get 2 high. But high is not dominating, so we're not expecting a third. This could actually be what? A period of what? Failed momentum. Then you see what? The real momentum. So let's go on for it now as we proceed. Alright, so a few seconds now, we get ourselves a low. If we see a medium, that means our momentum is very close by. So a medium will actually show you that, okay, yes, the system is about to change. So we've gotten ourselves another low here. As I told you earlier on, we are not expecting 3 highs, we're expecting lows. So this is much more like a failed. It happens on winning color also. you will see that kind of setup whereby it seems like, oh, this wants to dominate, next thing it fails. What I'm trying to say is the fact that you see this high now might just be the setup that comes before low dominates the whole screen. So let's watch out for that now. We are having ourselves a good gameplay. We are stepping out from the era of low high to see something much more different. So ID 805, we started from 76. We've gotten only 2 lows out of what? 5. So we've gotten ourselves now another low, 3 lows out of 6. As I did tell you earlier on, you go in from change in delivery, which we saw all the way below, to balance, rebalance, rather here. Then now, this is what? If you've been following up, this looks like a classic example of what? Change in delivery. But it's only a change in delivery if it's followed by 2 highs. Anything that is not 2 highs is not a what? Change in delivery. So this system is interesting. If you learn all of this, it looks much more like a story to you as you are trading. You are telling yourself a story. You're understanding the market for what it is. So another low coming out once again now shows us what? A very, very strong momentum setting in. So let's get on. As I told you, expectation is what? Momentum. So we had ourselves another low now. So we are going out from the phase of what? Balance, rebalance into what? Momentum. First low 3 winning streak since we began, right? After we left change in delivery, we started seeing what? Balance, rebalance, balance, rebalance. So the system is quite easy. As I told you earlier on, there are majorly 9 steps to follow for this. Not really steps. I told you that there are 3 steps, which is check out your here, check out your here, then know what combination you are using. If it's momentum, slack, balance, rebalance. In this case, we are using the change in delivery, balance, rebalance, and momentum. We've seen change in delivery occur. We've seen balance, rebalance occur, ended here. Then now we are seeing what? Momentum.